Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit record, and I'm going to turn the time over to Danielle.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I had went to Go Global several weeks ago, and I met Josiah there, and I asked him if he'd be willing to come and share some tips or any kind of ideas. Obviously, I remember I was following him a couple of times, and he's a great guy that I've seen through his Facebook Lives, his Facebook posts. He just lives it out loud, and he's a guy with a lot of goals. He's always taking massive action, so I invited him. He lives in Phoenix. I'll let him introduce himself and share a little bit of his story, and then I asked him to touch base on some topics, and he'll go over that. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. So, but yeah, thank you, Josiah, for joining us.
Cool. Thank you for having me. So I could have written down some notes for what I want to talk about today, but I'm just going to speak from the heart. That's the best place to talk from, so I'm just going to go off the cuff here. And I'll follow some of the guidelines in which you had requested, but I'll share a little bit about my story. My name is Josiah. I'm 33 years old. I live here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I've been health coaching. I will be health coaching 9 months, as next Tuesday will be my 9th month of health coaching. So how I was introduced to health coaching was I am a gym owner. I own a gym here in Scottsdale, Arizona with my sister Rosie. And last year, throughout my life, I kind of struggled with my health. At one point in my life, I was 350 pounds, and throughout the years, I dieted and did a whole bunch of like everything and yo-yoed up and down. And last year, I found myself just kind of frustrated at the point where I was at. Also, being a gym owner, I thought to myself how much of a hypocrite I was to be a gym owner and 300 pounds. People are coming into the gym trying to get healthy, and here I am neglecting my own health. And so I went to my sister Rosie, who is she has her own really awesome health journey as well. At one point in her life, she was 250 pounds, and she ended up losing about 100 pounds and started competing in bodybuilding competitions, and then started doing, like, she's a Zumba instructor and a whole bunch of different things. And so we opened up a gym here, but she was just a trusted source for me. And so I went to her, and she told me about Optavia, and I jumped right in. You know, I got the vision. She was on fire for something, and I jumped in as a coach and client at the same time. And I started living my health journey out loud from day one as a coach, even though I hadn't even lost not 1 pound yet. But I decided to live out loud, to put my journey out there for everybody to watch. And so within my first 4 months on program, I lost 74 pounds. And I started to, incorporate working out and everything. And now currently I've maintained successfully 93 pounds eliminated. Feel really awesome. And the cool thing about it is, I think this is where, like, I think many of you have heard about, structural tension. For me, the structural tension was I put my health out loud for the world to see, which created tension for me to perform. Like I can't just say, I'm a health coach and I'm on this health journey and then go eat a cheeseburger behind the scenes. It's just not going to work. It gets real when you put everything out there for the world to see. And that has pushed me forward. My business has grown rapidly, assisting a lot of people. This is why I love Optavia Connect, because it tells you how many lives you've been impacting. I love watching that number grow. It's insane, to be able to see that number grow, and really it boils down to the structure, following the structure. For me, I had to kind of get out of my own way when I was kind of a lone wolf at first. A lot of my life, I've kind of been a lone wolf, like, I got it. I don't have to worry about, I already know how to talk to people. I don't need any of that. I found out very quickly that once I jumped into structure, things started to take off. Just like the 5-in-1, when I followed the structure of the 5-in-1 and get into a really awesome pattern, when I followed the structural pieces of coaching, my business started to skyrocket. My business got into a fat burn mode. You know, those pieces like the 3x3x3, which is huge. That is how I built my business, 3x3x3. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of doing just the minimum, because let's be honest, the 3x3x3, that's the standard. That's the standard minimum. But if you really want to grow your business and you have the time to be able to do so, ramp it up. Like for me, I went from 3x3x3. I do 3x20x20s now. That's it. Like my days are like that. So by the end of the month, I have spoken to 500 new people rather than just like 100 new people, And so like I've pushed myself to that limit, and I've constantly filled my funnel. What I noticed is the times that I started to think or doubt my own business was because I wasn't filling in my funnel. Like there wasn't enough people for me to talk to. And so I decided that I was just going to keep my funnel full. And in the process, things have really taken off. So, structure is so key. And there are some days, and doing it, especially on the days when you don't want to. I mean, that's a big thing. And the cool thing about what I'm saying here to you guys is it's nothing outside of, if you've been a coach here for a while, it's nothing outside of what your leadership team has already told you, because I'm following the structure as well, For those of you guys who are new coaches, I would absolutely encourage you to plug into your leadership team. Everything that they are assisting you with and walking you through, it's really there for the long term to help you benefit in your business. And the other thing too is sometimes you might not see the results right away. Sometimes it may take a day, a week, a month, for you to start seeing those results, to start catching that momentum. But when you do, like you'll thank yourself, you'll thank your leadership team that you stuck with it. Consistency is the key. I listen to my mentorship team, Doug Wood and Tia Wood. Doug always tells me, if you're not getting the results, take a look at your actions. What are the actions that you're doing? Are they within the structure of coaching that your leadership team taught you? Now, if you're still not getting, if you're following every single thing that your leadership team has told you, and you're still not getting the results, at that point, all it means is just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. The cool thing that I'm really encouraged by is being at Go Global. When they announced that we are in fact actually going global, that we're launching Optavia on a global scale, it let me know that we are on the ground floor of something that is going to make a significant impact in this world. And I'm super encouraged by that. Also to know that this is here to stay. We're here for the long term. So the results that you don't see today, that you don't see next week, that's okay. This business, your vision for your life is really about you sticking with it for the long term. So that's something that I'm super encouraged by. And I think the last piece that I want to kind of share with you guys, the biggest thing that I would say for me is getting that sponsoring mindset. I offer the trilogy to every single person, every single client of mine. I drip coaching from jump. from the very first health assessment the share call that I do with them, I offer coaching then. Then when I am with them hip to hip in their first week of their program, every single conversation, I'm dripping coaching. I'm seeing them long term in this journey. So by the time they're done with week one, they see, oh wow, I'm actually getting results. And I encourage them to post on their Facebook page to share their health journey out loud. And those of you guys who've done this, I'm sure we all know here that when you share your journey out loud, you'll get the most massive amount of likes and comments on that post that you've ever gotten in your entire life. And you're like, dang, I didn't even know I was this popular. Like all of a sudden people are liking and commenting and wanting to be active with you. And so I encourage my clients to do that. And when they see the response from their friends and family members, I've already been dripping coaching. So it's only natural for them to jump into coaching. So sponsoring mindset and continuing to build your team, because you can't do this alone. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today.
Okay. And another thing real quick, Josiah, I want to see if you touch base on, we do have a few faces on here who are kind of new to learning about Optavia. So if you don't mind sharing that and kind of like how you started this, not just like for yourself, but even like as a family, because your mom as well is coaching with you and your sister. So if you can touch base on that and how you're like making this a lifestyle, wow, that's so important.
Yeah, the cool thing was that my entire family has been transformed. It started with my sister Rosie, went to me, then to my mom, my brother Will. Like there's 6 of us siblings. We all jumped in. And I guess our family's kind of crazy like that. One person jumps and we all follow. And we just went with it. But what I will say is the reason why we absolutely love this mission and what we're about, what Optavia is about, is the 4 components. I mean, we offer one-on-one personal coaching for people who just are looking for that type of support. One-on-one personal coach that's there with you every single step of the way to answer your questions, to just do life with you with a big focus on your health. That's the first one. The second one, we offer community, the community that's there, an active community of people like just right here, but this is a small portion of it. There's thousands of people across the country who are there to assist you, to love up on you, to share your celebrations, to share your challenges with you, just there to do life with you. Then with the habits of health, and a big assistance in shifting our micro habits and how we live our life, in all different facets of our life, is huge. And then obviously the nutrition piece, which is best in class and hands down, nothing that can compare to it. We've seen this, like when we saw that, and then we also saw the mission of Optavia and Dr. Anderson to completely shift the trajectory of this entire planet on health. I mean, we live on a daily basis. I mean, you can go to the store right now, you can go to the grocery store and immediately identify people who are plagued with medical conditions, right? And so to see the mission that Optavia is on right now to completely shift and make an impact, a significant impact on the planet, is huge. And so we as a family, we kind of saw this and we were like, dang, people need this. And the big kicker for us was that we're Polynesian, and in the Polynesian community, like everything revolves around food. And so we saw our friends, our family members who were plagued with these medical conditions, and many of them who passed away from diabetes and high blood pressure and high cholesterol and all of these different things. And we knew that we had to do something about it. We knew that instead of being reactive to people's medical conditions, we could take a proactive approach to allow people to have long-lasting health, so that they never ever have to go to the hospital to get fixed ever again. So when we saw that mission as a family, we took it up and we decided that we're going to start this little small army. Like my mom is a trip. I mean, I can't wait for you guys to meet my mom. She is a trip. This like lady, she she would talk to anybody and everybody. We're at Go Global, and she hired some person to come and do like her hair, I guess. And she had talking to them about program. Like she shares it out loud. Anybody and everybody can get it because, in fact, anyone and everyone can be a part of this mission in one way or another.
We also have some people on this call that are looking into health coaching. So you've kind of touched on why that's so important. I've seen you do a lot of things community-wise. How have you been able to start your community and bring in that kind of active community? You guys do Zumba classes. You guys, I mean, I just see you guys partying all the time. What are some things that you guys do to form your healthy community in your area?
Party all the time. That's what we do. I mean, honestly, and here's the thing, like what we do may not fit right for what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like we stay in our lane. Like we take the gifts that we've been born with. Like literally every single person on this line, think about this. Each and every single one of you was born with a God-given gift that only you can provide, right? So identify what that is and bring that out into the community. People want to see that. You know what I mean? Like if you, I don't know, whatever it is that you do. For us, for us it's fitness. For us it's music. For us it's cooking. For us it's loving up on people because that's just how we naturally are. So we don't go against the grain of what naturally makes us us. So for you who's out there, you know, whatever it is, like maybe you knit and you sew. Cool, awesome. Get a knitting and sewing party together and create community. Maybe you love to read books. Cool. I hate reading books. I love to listen to audiobooks. Like get a book club together. Like do whatever it is that has you fulfilled and joyful, because that is what brings this mission alive, and that's what creates opportunity for people to connect in community and be curious about like what is it that you do, you know. So for those of you guys who are potentially interested in getting into health coaching, it's actually, this mission is not difficult at all. The only thing that makes it difficult is us. We're the only ones that get in the way of, you know, really taking this out into the world, you know. So I remember one time I was scared about what people would think about me. I hadn't lost not 1 pound. You know, my first day when I placed my Facebook post, I didn't lose a pound on program yet. And I was terrified because I was like, I have 0 results to show to people. But that one post, because I lived authentically and vulnerably in front of everybody, authenticity. Let me just say this: authenticity, and Doug Wood says this too. Authenticity is the #1 currency that's available right now. Vulnerability is what people are looking for. They're looking for you to be real. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like your mentorship team. You is what people want. And so how we've been able to build community is we are authentically, outrageously us.
I love that. And that's so what I'm trying to get, you know, at. Everybody's got their own skills. Although we do have a system, you follow the system, you just duplicate it authentically.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. It's kind of like when we do share calls, you know, with the health assessment forms. The words on the paper are just words. You are what brings it alive, because people want to talk to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another thing too, Josiah, because last year was my first time ever attending national convention. You know, and when my mom started getting healthy, you know, I started seeing a little bit more of what this company's mission was. But after I went to convention, that's when I really caught the vision. I'm like, holy smokes, this mission is huge and it's only growing. So I'm looking forward to this year's national convention. But would you touch base on how important those are to attend?
I will tell you right now. So I started last year in August as a coach, so I missed last year's convention, but I did attend. I was able to attend the Intentionality Summit that was here in September, and I was fortunate enough to make it to go global. I will tell you right now, I will never, ever, 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 ever.
Yes, thank you.
I will never miss an event, period. Period. Because for this simple fact, it's like to sit here with this small group here is one thing, right? Because we can kind of see who's here and stuff like that. But to walk into a room of thousands of people who are on the same mission, it allows me to grow my vision of what's possible. I sat here on computers and Zoom calls listening to Dr. Anderson talk about we're here to get not only just the US healthy, but now the world healthy. I was kind of like, oh yeah, that's a cool little idea, right? But to be at Go Global with, over 1,500 other coaches from across the nation, from different walks of life, men, women, single mothers, dads, brothers, sisters, everybody, all encompassing. It allowed me to see, wow, it truly is possible for us to effect change in this planet. So I will never, ever, ever, ever. So for those of you guys, I would highly encourage you to get to convention for sure. Then you can meet me, and I can see y'all, and I can hug you guys.
You know that party he's talking about? That dance floor was totally surrounding Josiah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It was. Him and his sister were tearing it up on the dance floor with their Zumba moves. It was on fire. So.
Personal development. You said it's hard to overcome your fears and stuff. Can you touch on how you've grown personally and what you've done to grow personally? Because a lot of us that are just starting are trying to get out of that fear factor.
Yeah. So, for me, prior to getting into Optavia, I'd spent 6 years doing personal development and leadership trainings with a big focus on emotional intelligence. There's different ways that you can go about it. You could take courses like I took, or you can read books, and you can you can watch videos. And I will also say this. There is also the far extreme of it where people get trapped in thinking that they need to continuously personally develop, and then next thing you know, they're reading books all day, every day, but zero action. Okay? So take your book, read your book, but implement it and apply it into your life. It will not manifest itself if you continually read books. Like, you got people who post memes. I'm going to be unapologetic right here, because I might be talking about some people who are listening in right now. Like, if you're constantly putting memes on your Facebook page, like encouraging memes, but behind the scenes, like, life is all jacked up because you didn't take action, snap out of it. Okay, there comes a point where you must take the very things that you're reading and apply it and implement it into your life so that you can manifest the life that you want to live. So the biggest form of personal development, gift that you can give yourself, is to take action. And those of you guys who are just getting started, who are fearful and all that stuff, get over it, because no one's going to achieve your dreams for you. The only person who's going to do it is you. And I know it may be scary. It may be, it might be tough, but, it's all up to you. Massive action is really where it starts to.
What have you been able to do with Optavia since you started?
So, from jump, what I've been able to accomplish with Optavia. Give me 1 second real quick. I got to give some keys. Hi, Mom.
We want to meet your mom.
My mom.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
She can barely see you guys. It's too bright out here. Just say hello to them.
Hi.
Okay.
Bye.
Real life around here. So, what was the question again?
I said, what kind of stuff have you been able to do? You just got home from Israel.
Oh. Yeah. So, what have I been able to do since becoming an Optavia health coach?
That you weren't able to do before you started.
that I wasn't able to do before I started. Okay. So, first of all, I'll say I've been able to eliminate mounds and mounds of debt. I've been able to, for the first time in my entire life, I've made my income has superseded any other job that I've ever had in my entire life, uh, which is super crazy. And it's a testament to the amount of people that I'm assisting. So what I'll say is I'm also in a position to make a big difference and a big impact with people that I wasn't able to do before. Um, and then also be able to have the freedom to say yes to a lot of things that I didn't say yes to because of my financial situation. Like I just got back from a 10-day trip to Israel, and that was paid for without a credit card. It was paid for cash. I've never been able to do anything like that before, and like it's crazy to think like the journey of the struggle that I had been through for so long. Um, it opened my eyes. That's why I'm on fire for this mission. Uh, like I don't want to sound like fanatical or anything. Like Optavia has changed my life, but Optavia has seriously changed my life, and it's giving me a chance to do the same for others, which is why I am so in love with this.
But like he said, there's massive action behind what he's been able to accomplish. You can't wish for it and be afraid.
Do it afraid. Do it afraid. You got to do it while you're scared.
See these that won't turn their cameras on? These are the ones. No, just kidding. This one right here. We are going. Any advice for this one? We totally love our team. We're real here too. If you have a couple more minutes, I would love. There's Kylie. I would love for you guys to come off mute. Do you have a couple more minutes, Josiah?
Absolutely.
Awesome. You guys, now's your chance to develop yourself with great leaders in this company that are blazing the trail. He's brand new himself. He hasn't even been doing it for 12 months. Feel free, get off the line, get out of your fear factor and talk. Is
there anybody first?
Yep, speak up.
I just want to say I'm so excited to hear your story, Josiah. The fact that you're not in this for years, you've only got 9 months in and you're already doing so well, that's exciting. That my oldest son is your age and he looks a lot like you and he goes to a gym in Gilbert. I don't know, what's your gym called?
So the gym is called Lions Den Fitness in South Scottsdale.
Oh, okay. So it's not in Gilbert then. Okay.
No. But I will also say too, here's another thing you had mentioned, there's coaches who've been in here for years. There's coaches who just started. There's coaches who've been in here for a few months. Biggest thing that I can say is I've heard this on many trainings that comparison is the biggest robber of joy. Comparison to someone else's journey and how fast they're moving, how slow they're moving is the quickest way to get yourself out of action. So whether you've been here for years, whether you've been here for a few days, stay the course, and everything will work out just fine.
Yes, thank you. That's awesome.
I have a question. So on the call, I have one brand new coach and 2 others who are interested, and some of the interested ones, I won't say names, Christy, but she's afraid. I'm glad you said what you did about posting without having lost a pound. That's what she's kind of talked about is, well, I don't have a story yet. And so
I kind of
maybe
don't.
expand on that a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. So at that time, even though I hadn't had a story with Optavia, I still had a story. If you're living life, you got a story. You got some type of struggle or challenge that you've been through, that you've overcome, that you can share with the heart of people. That goes back to what I was talking about, authenticity and vulnerability is the greatest currency that you have access to. So what I did was I just lived it out loud. You know, I lived my struggle out loud for people to watch, and you know, it yielded results.
I appreciate that, Ron. Thank you. I had a big pity party by text to my coach, Ron, last night. But how many of the people that you've come in contact with work out at your gym? Have they been a big portion? See, I am afraid. I'm not gonna, no ifs, ands, and buts. I'm afraid, and I think the biggest fear is my sister's neighborhood in Kaysville, Utah. I'm in South Jordan, Utah. They're Medifast. They've been using Medifast, the parent company. She is so sick and tired of hearing people, hey, come do this with me. And some of them, she said it's because they're going to make money doing it. And it's really turned her off. And then that's kind of scared me, to be honest, because I don't want to be seen as that person. I feel like I'm going to be in there doing it for the right reason. But I also know that there's going to be naysayers and people that you're just doing it for the money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that my personality would come through and say, no, I really do care about the person and their health.
Yeah, really what comes up for me is, well, to answer the first piece of that is, believe it or not, a very small percentage of the people who are on program come from our gym. Because we realize that the gym does offer an opportunity for us to bring people into program, but it's really about us living our life out loud outside of the gym. That's really gonna, I mean, we started with our family first. Then we went into the community that we were involved with, you know, our best friends, our family members. And so, you know, I've worked with also like, you know, personal trainers who are like, well, I don't need the program, but I see the mission that you guys are on and I can use this in my gym. Yes, absolutely. You can use it in your gym, but that's not it. You know, you don't have to just be stuck there. So I took it out to everybody and you know, anybody that I could. In terms of your fear with, you know, the naysayers and stuff like that, and then people talking about making money and all of that. And I actually had a question from somebody when I first started, and the question was, you know, is this one of the pyramid schemes? And what I responded with was, if what you mean by pyramid scheme is me selling you something for my own financial gain and benefit, that's not what this is. In fact, I'm just going to do life with you. And Optavia compensates me very well to do such. And so, do we get compensated? Absolutely. And at the same time, who's getting the benefit here? Our clients or us, because we're making a small commission off of them, you know, on a monthly basis. So it's really about like your come from. If you're come from, I think what I mean by come from is like where we are in our heart. If we're fearful in our heart, it's going to show up in how we speak. But if we're confident and courageous enough to know that what we have is an absolute gift that we're offering people. You know, I think about I always think about this one particular client of mine. Her name is Grayson, and she's from Atlanta. She's a college student. And she hit me up. She was 383 pounds. And when she hit me up, she said, this was after her share call. She said, "Thank you for taking the time with me because I was contemplating committing suicide." And so when I thought about that there are people who are hurting right now. And, you know, she signed up to be on program and now she's, 100 pounds down. She's confident. She's living life. She actually just graduated last week. She felt good in her graduation gown. when I think about something like that, it makes it so real for me to see that my fears are keeping that one person from actually living life fully, you know? So there's no need for you to focus on the naysayers because they're going to be out there. But why allow that one naysayer to stop you from making a difference from that one person who truly needs it? And plus that one person, you know, I want to circle it back around to our mission. That one person might be the Doug Wood, might be the Dan Valentine, might be the rock star person that would skyrocket in this mission, you know? So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And didn't mean any disrespect by the gym question either, by the way.
Oh yeah, none taken.
Sorry. Yes, but thank you. I mean, I feel your love and encouragement, and that does help. So thank you.
And that's love.
That's right.
And that's another reason National Convention is vitally important. We aren't here to celebrate everybody else's success. We're here to see who in this world has made a difference and what they've done. We have actually a guest here that's from out of town. You got to hear his story, and a lot of the team hasn't even met him yet because we're trying to get him technically up to whatever. But I want you to hear what a difference it's made for him. You guys, just in our own organization, but do you mind? I know you. It doesn't matter. No matter what age you are to coach, this is a coach.
Okay, I started at age 70, and I was a lot like you. I was kind of a loner by myself. I was 310 pounds, diabetic for over 20 years. And my sister-in-law here says, hey, I've got this thing. And I says, you know, I'll try anything for a month. And I lost 90 pounds in 7 months, and I've maintained most of that for the last 5 months. Almost all my medication is gone. I've gone from 50 pants down to 38s. It's just, I can do things I did 20 years ago. You know, it's just great.
And it's how this man helps coaches is he goes door to door to his friends with no computer at all. I don't even know how he places the orders. You know?
I'll get a computer. But it's hard and it's scary. And I've had some people come back 5-6 months later and say, hey, I'd like to try that program. It's the ones that need it so bad that just tell me I can't do it. I just can't do it. And they're killing themselves.
Yeah, it's sad to see.
And all we're trying to do is take our bodies back from society because of what they've done to us.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to speak up, share your story of why you started, a fear, a question? These are good chances to practice that. Thanks, Kylie.
I have a question.
Awesome. This is our guest, Leonard, who didn't even realize that this program was available till last night. So go for it.
How you doing?
Good.
Yes, my question is for that lady that was saying about fear regarding people saying, oh, you're just making money off of me. There's a lot of things that you could do, you know, when you talk to people and they're going to ask you questions like, oh, so you're making money off of me, huh? Say, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just here for your health. I mean, look at it this way. How much you pay for a personal trainer? You're paying from $150 to $250. And here, we're just here to help you step by step, you know, and, you know, in return and benefit of this, you know, you can make money on your own time. So, but like I said, you know, we're not here to make money off of you guys. We're here to help the community, you know, because I've been to a lot of marketing and all that stuff, you know, where a lot of people will say, oh, you want to buy these products. You want us to buy this product so you can profit it. You know what? No, not really. Well, let me ask. Let me do this for you. Let me buy this product for you, and you try it and see. And once they try, they're like, "You made me a believer." And sometimes I usually point out to them too. You know what? You can buy all this stuff and order this stuff to benefit you, to help you, but there's other things that you can take, that can help you. And that's what I can encourage some of our students in our Zumba class. And, we've been successful with our class, from 71 people. And it's because we show them love. We tell them, we welcome them in. We got people coming in that are big and they're embarrassed. But, I told them, whoa, no, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. So everybody, when they first started with us, you know what? We welcomed them with open arms. And we encouraged them. And that's what it is, but if you're fear about people say something to you like, oh, you're making money off of me, say, well, can we rewind that? Let's don't worry about the money. Let's worry about your health. That's another thing. That's how I look at it. So you might want to try that tactic.
Hey, does Leonard sound like a future health coach? Anybody? He doesn't even know the full trilogy yet. Thank you, Leonard.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
And one thing about one more thing. One thing about Zumba and inviting people is the excitement. That's the one thing and the key. Make everybody happy. Encourage each and one, everybody. And that's it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Dale and I feel good last night, and we were like what's it called, Lucy and Ethel, up and into each other. Pretty fun. Dakota, I know you're dying to talk.
Why do you say that to me?
Because you need to work on it.
No, I did have a quick question as far as his experience with the gym. My brother runs a gym, and I know that he would be a great contact, but I don't know how to approach him, and I don't know how it benefits. And I got a little bit from what you said in regards to you don't get a lot of your clients from the gym, but I feel like there's some people that go and could use this, especially to get them to that point. Like some people go and they quit because it's hard to move when you're bigger, and the program can help you get there. So what would be your advice if I'm trying to say maybe a bad word, pitch it to my brother? What would your advice be as a gym owner like he is? I mean, what would you like to hear from somebody like me?
Yeah. Well, to be quite honest, for him to be your brother, I would treat it just like anybody else that I was talking to, regardless of what arena that he's in. Even if he's in the gym and we see that it would benefit him, if I identified somebody and I'm like, dang, you're in a circle of influence that I know that you can make a difference with, instead of approaching it from the standpoint of like, you need to hear this. It's kind of like the big thing is identify and discover what is his vision. Like, what does he want out of life? Like if for some people it's to be financially free. For some people it's to have a purpose in this life. One of the things that I took away from Go Global was when Dan Valentine presented, who are we looking for? The type of person that we're looking for to work with as a health coach. We're looking for 1, a person who has a heart to serve people. 2, a person who is a hard worker. And 3, a person who wants more out of life. If you fall into one or any of those categories or all of them, you can certainly make a big difference. And so, I think it's like sitting down with your brother as his sister and saying, I'm curious to know, like, you got your gym, like what's what's next for you? Like, what is it that you want to accomplish? What's the biggie? In a perfect world where you had everything that worked the way that you wanted to, what would that look like? Have him dream with you. You know, like, I don't know your brother's situation, but if there's any, he will allow you, like, from what he says, it'll allow you to identify, like, okay, great. This is what you've shared for your vision for your life. Awesome. Here's a cool vehicle that we can do this together. You know what I mean? I think it's that heart space. You gotta have that heart space. So, you know, we definitely don't pitch. That's the cool thing about what we do. We don't pitch on anybody. We awaken their vision for their life, and we offer them a tool to be able to get there.
Thank you for that.
Right.
Sorry if you can hear Moana in the background. My palms are sweating just thinking about it, and my terminology isn't great yet, so these calls are awesome. And for all of you out there that are scared, just like me, my heart's sweating right now just thinking about it. Thank you for being brave and letting me know that I'm not alone.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing too is, after saying all of that, don't be weird. Don't immediately go run to your brother with like tears in your eyes talking about how you want to talk about his vision for his life. Like, we're doing life with people, we're relationshiping with them. Be his sister, you know what I mean? Like, be with him the way that his sister would be with him, but bring the love and intensity and passion that you have for health coaching and bring it alive, and have him awaken whatever that is for you.
And I like to remind people that it takes time to build that relationship to the point where people will take it further with you. I always call out my own sister, Deanne, who after 4 years joined me in this mission. 1 out of 10. I'm not doing so bad yet. So it takes time. And at first she thought, oh, that's just Tanya. She's just crazy. She's just, you know, she's a fanatic about exercise. This isn't for me. Maybe she wasn't thinking that, but that's what I thought she was thinking. Anyway, so she has kind of seen the bigger picture and what she could do to benefit the community. That's where she came on board, because she saw that. So Deanne, come off mute. She loves this. And just kind of say on a sibling perspective what it was from the outside for you.
Oh my heck. This is why I didn't want to go in with you, because I knew you'd call on me all the time. No, for me, it was always, I saw that your passion to help, and it was there from day one. And so, but for me, I am not the person that's don't mind him, gonna go out and find, I'm not that out of my comfort zone person. But the more I talked to you, the more you talked about friends of mine in the community that needed it, and that had talked to you and that needed someone for support, that's when it became real to me, because I struggle. I see them struggle every day, and I love them, and they're friends, and they're who I want to help. And I live in this teeny tiny community that we see struggling at daily things. And I'm a mom of 6, and so my big thing was energy. And I talk to moms that have no energy and can't meal prep like most people can. But it took a little getting out of my own head and realizing that maybe I just need to actually listen to the program and figure out what's going on there and how it can benefit me, not how it's benefited anybody else. And so that's kind of, for me, it's sibling-wise with you. I love to watch what you do, and you're passionate about it, and you've always known about it. And I'll tell a joke on Tanya. We asked her daughter what her favorite treat was, and she said apples. We all wanted to get her a treat for her birthday, and her daughter said she wanted apples. So, and that was always our joke, because Tanya just has it.
That's such a lie.
But it was a little intimidating, because I wasn't that kind of person. I didn't realize how easy it could be. I thought it was this huge process that I was going to kind of lose myself to get there, and I haven't had to do that. So, back on mute.
Anybody else before we go? Julie, you guys know I'll call you out if you don't get off mute. Chelsea, anybody?
It's the easiest weight loss program that I've ever seen. And I've tried.
And the difference for you is you can feel your legs again. You're off
Yes.
medications. He's got his wife back.
Yeah, I couldn't walk, I
This is
couldn't
a
breathe,
honeymoon
I
right
couldn't do
here.
anything.
Anyway, anybody? Take it, Danielle. We'll let you wrap this up.
Yeah. No, just to touch base real quick and let you guys know, I remember whenever I was following Josiah and their family on Facebook, I was going to go, when I qualified for Go Global and seeing if they were going to be there, I was like, those are the people I got to meet. I want to get a picture with them, and I just want to catch up with them and talk and introduce myself, and I did, and sure enough, Tanya's husband went and got our seats, and we went to sit down. Next thing you know, I looked up, and there was Rosie, there was Josiah, there was his mom. So literally, I took the opportunity. I just like got out of my comfort zone. I'm like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. So, and look what it trickled into. You know, this guy is got an amazing heart. You know, he lives it out loud, and I appreciate him just coming on and sharing anything with us. This just shows kind of like how helpful everybody is, and that we're all just a huge, huge family here on the same mission, just trying out to help everybody. So, it's
Getting out of that fear.
yeah.
Right? Josiah? Amen.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't have any more questions, really it doesn't get any more difficult than going and continue, like you said, the 3, 3, and 3, the 3, 20, and 20. You guys, it's a numbers game. Not everybody's gonna believe you, want you. They don't realize that they need something bigger yet. But the more you make friends and continue building that friendship, don't pounce on them, find another pounce on them, find another pounce on them. People are going to be like, you tried to sell me that, and I haven't heard from you for 4 months, and now why again? Be friends. Like Josiah says, don't make it weird. You're doing a health assessment. You're asking your real friends, what kind of lifestyle change could we improve on? Not, this is what you need. So anyway, Leonard, we would love to follow up with you, see how crazy we are, but what you thought. So I appreciate everybody. We do have a system that we follow. The assessments, getting on with your mentor and doing them together shows this bigger family. But appreciate it, Josiah. You're the best.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Josiah.
Thank you.
Got it. Bye, guys.